Hey friends, we made dinner and it turned out really good. It was chicken and dumpling soup, and it's not chicken and dumpling, it's chicken dumpling soup, and it tasted really good. So I'm gonna take you back and show you what I did. I just threw on the GoPro and recorded it. Hope you enjoy.
All right, let's get the broth going. I have some jarred up broth in the pantry, but since I had an early work shift this day and it was lunchtime now and I just got home, I thought, why open up the jars and waste a lid when I could just have it simmer this afternoon? So we got some bones from chicken. Those are leeks that we blended and cubed up, and Malabar spinach. Whatever extra greens I have from the garden gets frozen for broth and for smoothies. Dig out a couple more bones and toss them in there. And salt and pepper, of course. We don't put the herbs in yet because I want to strain. I'm going to strain this broth later and I'll strain the herbs out so the broth will have the flavor but not the herbs in it. And I'm thinking I'll have my final product be with the herbs in it, so we add the herbs later. And I did add some apple cider vinegar that helps bring out the goodness inside of the bones, and you don't taste it. It dissipates, or it's so diluted that you don't actually taste it. And that's what the broth looks like. Now a few hours later, I'd go out and grab some chive from the garden to top our meal with. That's the rosemary there. Alright, so now it's time to strain. So I'll get my fine mesh strainer out and we're gonna strain the broth. And I quickly realize I have a whole lot more broth than this bowl's gonna hold. So I grabbed the pickle jar for holding the extra broth. That's kind of what I keep that pickle jar around. It's been coming in handy. And was trying to avoid that, but that happened anyways. So we'll try again, but this time I'll use my little measuring cup with the handle. It does a great job at pouring stuff without making a mess. And we'll continue straining all of our broth. We'll let the last few drops dribble into the pickle jar. So we got our pot rinsed out, and we're going to turn on the heat, add our broth. So this is going to be a soup instead of like a creamy kind of chicken and dumpling. So there is a lot of broth. And those are garlic scapes from the garden, sage and thyme and rosemary. And I accidentally break it. It's a bummer. So that's from the garden. I actually dug it up and kept it inside for the winter because it's not a perennial in our area. And I was going to plant it back out, so hopefully it survives. If not, I did start more rosemary seeds, so we'll have rosemary plants anyways. It'll be okay. While those are simmering, while the herbs are simmering, we're going to do our dumplings. So this is a Bisquick box, and I just followed the Bisquick recipe. Because I've never made these before, and I just was like, oh cool, I have Bisquick, I want to get rid of it because like it's been in the pantry forever. Let's make some dumplings. And then I accidentally deleted the footage of me making those dumplings, but we make a second batch, so you'll see eventually. So I'm blending here because I didn't chop the herbs, so I was thinking let me blend and maybe it'll chop the herbs up for me a little bit. Give it a taste. Gotta taste it throughout the process. Make sure you're on point in every step. And it did need more salt. Toss the chicken in. I already had this chicken cooked up from, last month, I don't know, and stuck it in the freezer. So here's where I'm like, yeah, that's a whole lot of soup and not much dumpling mixture. Let me make more. And we just finished off the box there, which is perfect because it was taking up space in the pantry. Add the milk. We're going to add a smidge of salt. I don't think the recipe called for that, but I was like, these need salt, of course. Why wouldn't we salt them? Otherwise they'd be bland. Give it a mix. Add in the first batch. Mix it up just a smidge. And start plopping them in. So these end up making like really big dumplings. And I don't know if they were all big because they expanded or because they kind of stuck together and like combined basically. But that's okay. They tasted fine. They were a little dense, but they still tasted good. While those are cooking, the Bisquick box says what to do, but I threw away the box already, so I do not know exactly the timing. But the Bisquick dumplings are currently simmering. Got the chive prepared. I'm just, while I wait, because now we have to add the lid and then continue simmering. So while I wait, I'm just cleaning up the kitchen a bit. And the timer's gone off. It's time to give it a taste. Those are my praying hands, hoping it turned out, because I have no clue. See how some of those are like really big dumplings? That one's 2 or 3 combined. They stuck together. We'll dish up some, get some dumpling, chicken, and broth and all that. And the flavor is so good on this. I loved it. It was still a lot of broth for the amount of dumpling and chicken we had in there, but it's okay. It's a soup. That's fine. I'm going to break up those dumplings just a little bit, make them in smaller pieces. And let's chop our bowl with chive and make it pretty. Beautiful. So that's how we did it. The broth was amazing. I went ahead and just used all the broth because I didn't want to can it up or freeze it or whatever. So we did that. And I did a double batch of the Bisquick dumplings just because I wanted to get rid of the box. And the dumplings were too big. I know that. And I've never had dumplings. I've never made dumplings myself, and the last time I've had them was when I was a little kid, so I don't even know how they're supposed to turn out. But these were pretty dense, so probably not the way to do them, but that's what Bisquick said to do. I also used almond milk, so that might contribute. Anyways, it still tastes good. I didn't add any vegetables to it because Evan's like, ooh, there's vegetables in it. So it's just broth and spices. If he knows it's an herb in there and it's green, he'll eat it. But if it's a vegetable, like onion or carrot or celery or something like that, he won't eat it. So anyways, turned out good. Thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Feel free to like and subscribe, and I will see you later. Bye.